You mentioned some commitments about cleanliness and safety. You signed some legislation recently that would have the Attorney General appoint a special prosecutor for crimes that occurred on SEPTA property. Do you think that that will make riders and residents safer?
I think we can't accept the level of violence that we're seeing in Philadelphia or in other communities across Pennsylvania. And we need to make sure that we are making the critical investments to be able to address that. I'm one piece of that as governor. Obviously, we need leadership from local leaders, DAs, mayors, and others to be able to address violence. And I'm not speaking just in Philadelphia, I'm speaking across the board. When it comes to SEPTA, that was part of a broad bipartisan agreement between House Democrats, Senate Republicans, those are the leaders in our respective legislative chambers, to be able to advance more than 30 bills at the end of the last session. And it allows us to put more law enforcement resources into addressing crime in the city of Philadelphia. I think that's something that is important to do. It's had broad bipartisan support.
But when it comes to the special prosecutor, do you think taking that power and giving it to a special prosecutor, will that make people safer?
Well, as I said, first off, we're not taking away power. We are adding law enforcement resources, and I do think that that will have a positive benefit.
You don't feel that that's taking any power from the District Attorney, Larry Krasner?
I'm the former Attorney General of Pennsylvania. We have concurrent jurisdiction with DAs in a whole range of cases. That's nothing new. Having that concurrent jurisdiction, bringing more law enforcement resources into the city of Philadelphia is a good thing. I think it is one piece, as I said before, of a broader effort we need to address violence in our communities. Mayor Parker has made addressing violence a key platform of hers. I know she's got big ideas, so does Commissioner Bethel. You've seen some of that already in Kensington. The idea here is to bring more law enforcement resources. In my case as governor, we've proposed to invest $100 million in violence prevention programs by helping local organizations that are doing this work on the ground. The more we can do to address violence, the better. Just
to be clear, there are people who feel like he's the elected DA. He was elected to do this job. Putting somebody else in there and giving them a responsibility that would otherwise be his responsibility is taking power away from someone the voters voted for. You don't see it that way?
I don't. It's concurrent jurisdiction, something that already exists in our laws, and it was voted on and passed by state representatives and senators from Philadelphia and the surrounds where SEPTA is to provide that level of authority. And the Attorney General is elected by the people of Pennsylvania as well. So look, I think this is something where we have to understand having concurrent jurisdiction, whether it's on the policing side or on the prosecutor side, to bring more resources to bear can lead to hopefully safer outcomes in our communities.